What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're walking up here to check this trail camera, and I just bought a wireless mic for my GoPro because my last video I uploaded with the GoPro was horrible. We had the cicadas going. It was ridiculous. So we're gonna try out the new wireless mic. With that said, we're gonna talk about weedy food plots because I see a lot of controversial stuff online about weedy food plots, whether they're good, bad, horrible, worst thing you can ever possibly have. I'm gonna give you the facts in today's video. First thing is, do you want to grow something or do you want to kill something? So when you're talking about weedy food plots, you have to realize what part of the year are we in? Are we in the spring or are we in the fall? Anytime you plant anything in the spring, you're gonna have some weeds, no matter what it is that you plant. You know, whether you're planting soybeans or buckwheat or clover, especially clovers, you're going to deal with weeds because clovers are very slow to germinate. Buckwheat and other stuff, it grows pretty fast and it has the ability to shade out a lot of weeds. So if you have a buckwheat food plot, soybeans or something, you have a little bit of weed in there, a little bit of weeds, who cares? Who cares if you have a little bit of weeds in your spring summer food plot? It's a summertime, you're going to have some weeds. Now if you're planting a perennial clover food plot, okay, and you're establishing it in the spring and it's full of weeds, then by all means you got to spray it, mow it, do whatever you got to do to kill the weeds because you want to get your money's worth. It's a perennial food plot and you don't want your perennial food plot to be full of weeds. One of the major failures with food plots, it's becoming, is the overuse of chemicals because you got pre-emergence, post-emergence, you got this, you got that, you got Imox, you got 2,4-D, you got 2,4-DB, you got glyphosate, all these different things, and people don't know what to do with them because they post it on social media and they get 20 different answers and they end up killing their food plot. Now, spring and summer, if you have a little bit of weeds, who cares? When you go into fall, okay, you plant your fall food plot. If you're planting buckwheat, okay, to lead into your fall food plot, there is zero reason to spray that food plot with chemicals and kill it. It's buckwheat. You just took your time and grew something green and growing. Why are you going to kill it with chemicals? Why? If it's the entire field is weeds, then yeah, do something. But if it's a beautiful stand of buckwheat, why would you kill that with chemicals and dry it out and deplete it of any moisture that it actually has to kill it dead brown to plant a fall food plot? It makes zero sense. You take your buckwheat, if you're using it to lead into your fall food plot, and you either mow it or you just disc it back under into the soil and you add it to the soil and you plant your fall food plot. Now in the fall, Dave, if I don't spray, then I have full weeds in the fall leading into my fall food plot. So I'm gonna lose tonnage of my actual brassicas or whatever it is that I'm planting. I'm not gonna have a food plot. So let's talk about that. When you're using buckwheat or what have you, you disc it under, you plant your brassicas or winter wheat, winter rye, whatever it is. All your weeds are going dormant that time of year anyway. So there's not going to be many weeds that grow up, if any at all. I've done this for years. And leading into my fall food plot, when I plant brassicas, winter wheat, there is zero weeds. Now, if you are someone that doesn't have or doesn't keep something green and growing in your soil, then yeah, you're gonna have a weed problem. But when you keep something green and growing in your food plot, you're gonna have virtually zero weeds. Someone on Instagram sent me a video, and it was a podcast actually. I listened to the podcast, I listened to it, and they were talking about how important it was to spray your food plots, you know, pre-emergence, post-emergence, you know, spray this, spray that, kill everything. You have to spray before a food plot. And if you dig deep back into that, they sell chemicals. They sell the chemicals because that's what they do and that's what they make money off of. So of course they're going to tell you to spray. The point is, you have to assess the situation. Each ground is going to be different. Each preparation, the final result, it's all going to be different. If there's a few weeds, don't worry about it, guys. Just relax with it. If you plant a beautiful field of buckwheat, that's what most people are doing. They're planting buckwheat, and that's fine. But to plant a beautiful field of buckwheat just to kill it, it makes zero sense. You don't need to do that, guys. just plant it, whatever. Now I will add in here, if you're planting buckwheat and you're a no-till person, you got two options. One, you can roll the buckwheat, and then you're still going to have to spray it, because it'll most likely just pop back up. You're going to have to spray and kill it. That's why one of the reasons I don't like no-till. The second option is if you can buy a crimper and you would crimp that buckwheat, rye, what have you. The crimping of that kills the plant, so there's no need for chemicals. So there's many options out there to do it, but I just stick to the old-fashioned way. Disc it back into the ground. I have beautiful food plots every year. It works great. The soil samples prove it, and there's no need to do anything else with it. The reason for this video is because of failures. People are continuing to have failures, and failures are good because you can learn from them. But I get these questions, I mean dozens a day, from people saying, I sprayed this chemical, I sprayed this chemical, I sprayed this, I sprayed that, I sprayed, and nothing can grow. Well, no wonder. You're spraying too many chemicals. Like, you don't need to do all that. You just have to, I don't even know the answer for it, but you just have to realize that it doesn't take much for something to grow. You don't have bare soil, you plant until you don't have bare soil, you put enough seed in the ground, you let it rain, you cover the seed up, and it grows. Pretty simple. But it's the people watching too many videos from multiple people that have multiple different ways of doing things, and then they try to think in their head, well, which way do I follow? And they're just confused. So it's good to get advice from multiple people, but you just still have to use some common sense on how to do it and what approach to take on your property, your setup, your design, and so forth. If you guys have any questions about this video, post them down below. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and let me know how the mic sounds on the GoPro, and subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys on the next video. Hope you guys are doing well with your food plots, and send me some pictures if you want. I get, people do that as well. They send me pictures on Instagram and emails and things like that. So talk to you guys soon.